Hello and welcome to News Tonight. Let's start with our top stories for the night. Heavy rains wash away bridges in Bundibujo, 6 villagers affected. Police holding 6 suspects in connection with murder of Boda riders. Israel demolishes homes under Palestinian control. And in the world of sports, Vipers Sports Club sack coach and technical team. I'm Rhoda Ngonzi, and on sign language, Mugallo Mohammed. President Yoweri Museveni has given assurances that government is fully committed to building an oil refinery. The president made the assurance while meeting a delegation of the Albertine Graben Refinery Consortium led by the Chief Executive Officer of the consortium, Rajakumari Jandiala, who called on him at State House in Entebbe. Mr. Museveni informed the delegation that the target is to use oil money for building capacity in the country. Albertine Graben Refinery Consortium CEO Ms. Rajakumari Jandiala, who briefed the president on the progress recorded in the oil project so far, said her delegation was keen to operationalize the oil industry in the country. Energy and Minerals Minister Irene Maloney attended the meeting. In Bundibujo, heavy rains have washed away bridges and some houses, leaving areas cut off from communication and mobility. Reports from the district say that rain that lasted over 9 hours affected 2 sub-counties, destroying crops and flooding into homesteads. While assessing the damage, District Chairperson Ronald Mutegeki said the bridge destroyed in Kisuba sub-county is Hakitara Peak Fair Bridge on River Rugo in River Rugo. It links Bundibujo to the DRC border. The floods were caused by torrential rains that started on Saturday night until Sunday morning, causing major streams of Kirumia in Ndotoro and Lugo in Kisuba sub-county. Bridges, cocoa and rice gardens, shops and residential houses were destroyed. A district councillor representing Totoro sub-county, Baguma Sulight, appealed to government and non-government organizations to help the affected people. Red Cross is assessing the magnitude of the disaster for better management.
Around 10 p.m. up to morning Sunday, and because of that too much rain, it caused a lot of havoc. The river flooded and it ended up flooding into the trading center of Chirumia, and most people were affected by these floods. Around 1,000 plus people were affected.
We are likely to face diseases because some of the water is still stagnant. We are likely to face malaria, then some intestinal worms. Then those are the likely outcomes. Then the owners of the shops, most of them, we find they acquired loans from banks, and there is no way they can pay back the loans now that the properties have been destroyed by water, by floods.
Sante sema na wanjisi afiti sona siasende ya mamasi na brako swala obolo kuni krokia balaji sona siasenda siagenda.
Suspects accused of killing mobile money dealers have been arraigned before the General Court Martial. They are answering charges of robbery and murder.
5 people alleged to have been involved in the killing of mobile money dealers have been arraigned before the General Court Martial to answer charges of murder. These were introduced to the new panel of the Court Martial. The Chairman, General Court Martial Lieutenant General Andrew Guti, mentioned 3 charges against them, including robbery and murder. They denied the charges.
And understood the statement and particulars of the offense. Do you agree or deny the charge? plea of not guilty entered.
Prosecution alleges that in May and June this year, the accused, including PTE Mangusho Dennis, PTE and Chan Bob, Mulunda Stanley, Andrew Mombale and Intale Issa, committed the crimes in different parts of Kampala, in Zana, Makindye Sabagabo, and Natete. They killed two ladies, Nalwada Harriet and Nakabobi Maureen, both mobile man operators, and robbed them 6 million shillings. Prosecution, led by Major Raphael Mugisha and Lieutenant Kanambrose Baguma, alleges that the three also robbed 400,000 shillings and a Samsung cell phone from a Mwesigwa Kigongo, a resident of Natete. However, prosecution asked for more time as investigations into the charges are still ongoing. The Chairman General Court Marshal Lieutenant General Ruguti remanded the accused to Luzira Prison until 5th August. Report by Deborah Namamonde for UBC.
Meanwhile, police has confirmed that all the 6 suspects they arrested in connection to the murder of border riders in Kampala are the right suspects, contrary to allegations that they are not. Police spokesperson Fred Enanga says that this was confirmed by the D&D conducted by the police investigation team.
Police spokesperson Fred Enanga says police has started investigation into the alleged mastermind of killings and buyers of the stolen motorcycles said to be operating at Yamaha Center and Muganzirwaza. This was during a weekly briefing at Naguru.
Now these are the allegations of information indicating that we don't have the right suspects. That remains with whoever is claiming, but we are pretty sure that these investigations we have the right suspects who have been terrorizing border riders. Kampala Metropolitan South, in close coordination with our flying squad, is still actively conducting operations against the gangs that were actually involved in the murders of border riders and the subsequent robbery of those motorcycles.
In another development, police will recruit over 4,000 probation officers and Lana police officers. The recruitment exercise will be conducted in respective districts across the country.
So he will be flagging off 25 recruitment teams this week on a 7-day countrywide recruitment drive for 4,500 PPCs and 500 Lana AIPs. Which recruitment will commence on Monday the 29th till the 4th of August and will cover all districts in the country.
The countrywide recruitment starts next week. Enanga has, however, warned those in the institution to avoid interfering in the exercise.
Therefore, the process of recruitment is by rule and merit. There is not any business of saying that maybe I have a relative who is supposed to influence for me this recruitment, and so on and so forth.
All those intending to join police must bear an O-level certificate and must be citizens of Uganda. The recruitment exercise will address gaps in the human resource in the police institution.
Well, the local defense unit LDU has confirmed the death of one suspect identified as Yasin, who was involved in car theft. Yasin was shot dead after a gun scuffle between the LDU and armed suspects who had stolen 2 vehicles from a bond along Luzira Road in Kampala. The suspects allegedly connived with the guards at the car bond and stole 2 vehicles before they were intercepted along Nyanama, a Kampala suburb. UPDF 1st Division spokesperson Major Bilal Katamba reveals that 6 of the 8 suspects have been arrested and are in custody. One, identified as Okabo, believed to be armed, is still at large.
This morning at around 2 a.m., our local defense force, working with police, managed to arrest vehicle thieves who had stolen vehicles from socialized motors on Luzera Road. They drove away, they connived with the guards. Apparently, they went with the 2 vehicles, one UBE 130K Super Custom, another one a pickup, Mitsubishi UBD 737U. But our force was able, the LDU force and police were able to intercept them. There was exchange of fire, and one of the suspects, one Yasin, died. Apparently, Yasin had just been released from upper prison, from Luzira upper prison. He had been out for barely 3 months. And Okabo is said to have had a pistol. He had a pistol, which he used to exchange fire with our force. But he escaped. He managed to escape. But we are following him up. I'm sure we shall get him. We've got 6 suspects in custody, including Okelo Hartwell, Zike Robert, Ochan Yobu, Oti Jasper, Anywa Jime, and Alele Joseph. Okabo is the one who escaped, and Yasin died. So in total, they are 8. They connived with the person those who cut keys. He works at Button Street. He's called, I think, Zike Robert. He gave them the keys that they used to ignite the vehicles and drove the vehicles away. However, we had intelligence information, and our force acted promptly and arrested these people.
And with that, we take a quick break. We return with more details.
Every dream has a challenging journey. Ours began in 1998 with a mission to drive the development of a robust communications sector in Uganda. We created structures to champion the dream. We've evolved, made discoveries, supported great minds, empowered Ugandans, and fostered a vibrant culture, enabling communication for all. Down the years, we've created memories and networks, uniting generations and building great partnerships. Together, we can go even further. UCC, celebrating 20 years of achievements.
Have you completed Senior 4 or Senior 6 and you want to do a 2-year certificate or a diploma course? Makerere Institute for Social Development, an affiliate to Makerere Business School, offers programs in accounting and finance, business administration, procurement and supplies management, social work and social administration, information technology, counseling and guidance, human resource, project planning and management, journalism, secretarial studies, and many others. We are located on Sa Apollo Kegwa Road, next to Oilcom Petrol Station, with a UBTEP Center number.
Nabubi yazimba kumutya muwanvu enkuba yatonya nabubi yakwa
Ekyama kya Busoga kino nga ni Kagulu Rock nkola olusozi olw'Ekagulu mu igombolola ly'e Kagulu mu disitulikiti ey'e Buyende. Ida tuninira olusozi olw'Ekagulu ni President wa Uganda Yoweri Kaguta Museveni ng'akyaziibwa Isaife ky'abazinga wa Busoga William Wilberforce Kadumbula Gabula Nalyopo Owookuna ne Speaker wa Parliament Mama Rebecca Itwala Kadaga. Era ng'empiya bukalina obuteereyi bwawo obw'okuwangulibwa abonabona nga banina olusozi luno baalutuuka ku ntwiko. Oyina kuba ng'osobola okubona Busoga okuva yava okutuuka yakanga olengera ebibira olengera ensozi edindi agayanda n'omwiga Kiiro ogusinga obuwanvu munsi yonayona. Kagulu nkola olusozi lwa byafaayo ng'Omusoga eyasooka yava e Bunolo wano niwe yatuukira. Oyitaabo n'empuku mwe yasulanga niwe yalimiranga ennimiro de nga bino byonna bya bwereere. Abantu okuva e Bule n'Ebweya bali kwekonda okuyida okubaawo okunina olusozi luno weenaba omu ku abo.
Bino byonna byakubaawo olwa Mukaga ngenda ku omwezi 17 omwezi ogw'omunaana omwaka 2019.
Empakedde okunina olusozi Kagulu dikutuusibwako Minisitule y'ebyobulambuzi n'ebyeyira mu bwakyabazinga bwa Busoga kyateebwamu empiya.
President w'Iwanga, Uganda Tourism Board, Uganda Wildlife Authority, Sanctuary Hotels Kamuli, Big Fair, Madvan Group of Companies.
Hillwater, purity, nothing less.
The long line hassle. With 1xBet, the power of placing that perfect bet is at your fingertips. Bet anytime from anywhere. Best of all, payment is instant. Place your bet on whatever you choose. Virtual games, bet games, sports, and even live betting. Winning has never been this simple. Bet with 1xBet.
Advanced gaming is regulated by the Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board. Betting is addictive and can be psychologically harmful, and it's only eligible to persons above 18 years of age.
You're still watching News Tonight. The 4th International Muslim Leaders Consultative Meeting on HIV/AIDS has opened in Kampala to discuss how religious leaders can help in the fast-track initiative to end HIV by 2030. A 5-day meeting organized by Federation of Islamic Medical Association has attracted participation from 45 countries.
In June 2017, the Presidential Fast Track Initiative on HIV was launched to accelerate efforts in the fight against HIV with a global goal to end the scourge by 2030. The implementation of the Presidential Fast Track Initiative on HIV involves various stakeholders, including religious leaders. Now the 4th International Muslim Leaders Consultative Meeting on HIV is being held in Kampala on the theme Integrating God's Guidance and Religiosity to Fast-Track the Response to End HIV and AIDS.
Everybody think about your own God. Yeah, what is your God telling you about HIV? And just implement it. That's all we're asking for. But how do we do it better? Saying that is easy. Putting it in practice is what we don't know. Yeah, so that's what we are going to work on, guiding our population, guiding our people. Yeah, how to do it better. Yeah, the answers are with themselves. That's why we are discussing this.
The chairperson Uganda AIDS Commission, Dr. Eddie Mukoyo, commended the implementation of the test and treat policy in accelerating efforts towards achieving the 90-90-90 targets by 2020. The 90-90-90 targets aim at having at least 90% of all HIV-positive people identified, 90% enrolled on treatment, and 90% having viral load suppression.
We are truly at 89, 90. So as a country, we are doing very well. However, we must now strive to get to 95 as the new targets.
The health organization pledges more support to Uganda's health sector, especially in the area of HIV and AIDS.
To accelerate the focused HIV prevention, enable people to know their HIV status, provide antiretroviral therapy and comprehensive long-term care to all people living with HIV, and challenge pervasive HIV-related stigma and discrimination.
According to the 2016 HIV/AIDS Impact Assessment Report, an estimated 1.4 million people are living with HIV and more than 1 million are enrolled on treatment. Adiana Kute, UBC.
Ideas that have come out of the group.
The Bishop of Mityana Diocese, Right Reverend Dr. Stephen Kazimba, has cautioned Christian Women Fellowship members of Naminembe Diocese to nurture youth more especially the girl child. This was during the sermon at St. Stephen's Church, Luzira, as women from 6 archdeaconries celebrated Mary Magdalene Day.
In most families today, the boys are always neglected in parenting as attention is given to a girl child. This has caused the rise of immorality in society. The Bishop of Mityana Diocese, Stephen Kazimba, has tasked mothers to take the responsibility while nurturing children in families.
Now we have a problem of boys. Boys have been left out, they have been forgotten, given not much attention, and because of that, they are neglected and they become very irresponsible men. Because once boys are not giving attention, we are going to have irresponsible men in the future. So I want to call upon all the mamas to give attention to boys as well so that we can strike a balance.
He reminded elderly women who fall in love with young boys as giving a bad reputation of mothers.
On women, especially the mothers, the elderly women, leave alone. The boys, leave alone. You sugar mummies, leave alone these boys so that they become responsible men in this world, and these are your sons and your children.
The chairperson Namrembe Christian Women Fellowship, Jen Male, called for responsible parenting. In attendance was the retired Bishop of Central Buganda Diocese, Right Reverend Jackson Matovu, Natete Archdeacon Venerable Joachim Buembo, and the clergy from different parishes. Beatrice Nanziri compiled this report.
Well, older ladies have been warned to stay clear of younger boys. Now in business news, the Minister of Works and Transport, Engineer Monica Zubantege, has advised local engineers to tap into the upcoming construction phase of the international oil companies. She was addressing a conference on showcasing opportunities in the oil and gas sector to the engineering and construction sector players.
Oil and gas drilling in the Alberta and Graben has taken center stage, drawing different sectors of the economy. Many activities ongoing in the extractive industry are key in Uganda's investment portfolio. Minister for Works and Transport, Engineer Monica Azubantege, advises local engineers to tap into the upcoming construction phase.
Oil and gas sector now, as you know, is growing and is big. And Ministry of Works and Transport is one of the big stakeholders. We have so many activities going in there to do with construction and engineering. We also have the airport, Kabale Airport, there are the roads, and there are the refineries, and there's going to be a lot of construction.
While at the Petroleum Authority's conference held to showcase the opportunities in the oil and gas sector to the engineering and construction sector players in Kampala, the minister urges local companies to form partnerships involving the ongoing construction works like roads and airfields in the preparation for the extraction of oil and gas.
And we really want them to make joint ventures, to interact and work out, see those opportunities so that they get ready for the construction within the oil and gas industry.
The conference in Kampala, organized by the Petroleum Authority of Uganda, discussed opportunities in the oil and gas sector to different stakeholders. Different influential speakers supported tapping into the sector.
Oil and gas seems to be, from my experience, very predictable. There are clear time set lines for procurements, clear set lines for budgets, clear set lines for when you pay one. So in terms of planning as a business, it helps you to know that yes, I'll put in a tender, within 60 days, I'll know the results.
We expect that the companies will have a clear understanding of the upcoming projects and the potential opportunities. The local suppliers will be empowered with knowledge on the coming construction and engineering requirements for the oil and gas sector.
Uganda's first oil is expected to drip in 2022, But this is to be preceded by precise and rigorous engineering and construction activity. David Matovu for UBC in Kampala.
Government is to construct a multi-billion aqua park in a Pat district to reduce poverty in northern Uganda. The Commissioner Aquaculture in the Ministry of Agriculture, Joyce Okwaput, says the initiative will yield 21,000 tons of fish annually.
The aqua park, which will be the first in the country, will act as a pilot project along River Nile. The European Union and the Uganda government-supported initiative is predicted to be the biggest in East and Central Africa.
This aqua park is going to be a comprehensive value chain. It will have production of seed. That means we shall have a hatchery producing quality seed for use in the aqua park and also to support aquaculture development in the district and in the region.
It will not, however, be confined in the north, as plans are underway to roll it across the country.
This is the first one in sub-Saharan Africa, and we are all very expectant and looking forward to get lessons from here for us to roll out. Because as you are aware, our target is to produce in the medium term 300,000 tons from aquaculture, and in the long term 1 million tons from aquaculture, both pond-based and cages.
Local leaders in a patch welcomed the initiative.
I like the way the whole consultation with the stakeholders has happened. People here want development, and when they are consulted, they actually welcome it, and there are people who can even just say, depending on the size of the land, I can give land.
I'm very glad to welcome this project. Project is going to bring a development, mostly in Tarugali.
The 5-year project, which promotes environmentally sustainable commercial aquaculture in Uganda, is piloted in Kalangala and Apache districts. The government currently is targeting 1.5 million tons of production of fish per annum, and the fish will be for both export and local consumption. Henry Okorut, UBC.
Yes, indeed, and the multi-billion aqua park in Apache district will be the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa. Now, the 10-day 27th Source of the Nile Agriculture Show has ended with a number of agriculture technologies raising hopes for farmers. To address modernization of agriculture, government will enhance utilization of available machinery.
During the one-week agriculture show at Jinja, technologies to address agricultural demands, right from land preparation, seed varieties, agriculture machinery, and value addition, were exhibited. Minister for Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Vincent Bamulangachi Sempija, emphasized the need to institute irrigation engineers in all districts to address climate change.
For water for irrigation, we are now beefing up our department of agricultural mechanization and the water for irrigation, headed by Commissioner Kato, Engineer Kato, and every district is recruiting a water irrigation engineer. So all of this is really support from government.
Engineer Fred Lukandwa of Sisakawa Global 2000 says that the irrigation technologies attracted many farmers to his stall, which is the beginning to address climate change.
Post-harvest management. Abalimi abasinga bamanyi balowooza nti w'olima n'otunda kimala. Ffe tulowooza nti osobola okwongera omutindo mu bintu by'olimye n'ofunamu ssente.
Florence Kayayo from Kisomoro sub-county in Bunyangabo district explains how the growing of grapes and winemaking has made her a model farmer in the Greater Kabarole region.
And now I've got about 700 plants. That was 1.5 acres. I produce the wine, and this is the wine I'm exhibiting, and also grow garlic.
This year's agriculture show was on the theme Agricultural Technologies and Innovations for Farmer-Led Industrialization. Mutoni Hilda and Setumba Douglas for UBC.
Uganda's hotel industry's steady growth is attracting globally acclaimed franchise companies. In recent months, the Hilton Hotel announced its interest to venture into Uganda's robust hotel industry. Even before the dust could settle, Marriott brand, a globally acclaimed chain of hotels, has entered Uganda's market by forging a partnership with Sky's Hotel Nakuru.
Sky's Hotel in Nakuru, a Kampala suburb, has transitioned to Protea Hotel by Marriott Kampala Sky's brand. Marriott brand is a renowned globally acclaimed hotel brand with thousands of hotels in 131 countries.
Marriott brand is a renowned brand over the world. It has 7,000 hotels plus, and right now it has presence over 131 countries in the world. So it's a quite huge brand that we are affiliating to. What it means that also there will be a lot of changes in terms of service, in terms of how we attend to our guests. It's one of the renowned brands in training.
Currently, Uganda has less than 5 chains of hotels. Ngeli attributes low footprint to brand guidelines and standard of service required or set up by the affiliated brand.
It's not that hard to get a member, to become a member in this Marriott brand. What it causes you to be keen on what the brand requires. There are some prerequisites that you need to work on, as I mentioned, about the infrastructure, about the service. But also they are very keen in fire, life and safety procedures. And of course, when it comes to the service that we offer to our guests, is quite keen. This is a brand that works in consistency.
Sky's hotel transition has factored in local content, whereby many youthful Ugandans have been trained to work for the hotel brand rather than employing expatriates.
The percentage of the staff we have here are actually Ugandans, and it's quite interesting because, you know, when you come to Uganda, you want to experience the hotel industry Ugandan way. So you don't want just to have a lot of people who are not Ugandans to check you or to handle you. But also on the same aspect, when it comes to hotel industry, sometimes you may need expatriates. You may need people to shed light to the team and to make sure that you go to another level.
Members of the Marriott brand from across the globe benefit from the chain of hotels members loyalty program, and every member enrolled to the Marriott brand get their attention identified by the member. Dennis Igoa for UBC Business.
Israel has begun demolishing a cluster of Palestinian homes it says were built illegally too close to the separation barrier in the occupied West Bank. Hundreds of police and troops moved into Sabbaha as bulldozers tore down structures set to house 17 people. Palestinians say it is an attempt by Israel to grab West Bank land. Israel's High Court had rejected appeals against the demolition order, saying the homes had been put up within a no-build zone next to the barrier. The barrier was built in and around the West Bank in the wake of the Second Palestinian Uprising, which began in 2000. Israel says its purpose is to prevent infiltrations from the West Bank by Palestinian attackers, but Palestinians say it is a tool to take over occupied land. The demolitions are particularly controversial because the homes in the village of Wadi Humas on the edge of Sabbaha are situated in part of the West Bank under the jurisdiction of the Palestinian Authority, but were built on the Israeli side of the barrier. The Palestinian Authority had granted permits for the structures to be built around 10 years ago, according to media reports.
Brought to you by Bet with 1xBet.
And now in sports, we'll start with home. Vipers Sports Club has parted ways with head coach Michael Nam Owooma and his entire technical team that had Edward Golola and Moses Oloya. Owooma replaced Mexican Javier Martinez with a promise of producing results, but has since failed to impress. The team continued to struggle but failed to win the league and was knocked out of the Uganda Cup competition. In a statement from the club, Vipers announced a search for the new coach who will lead the Venoms for the upcoming season.
As we prepare for the new season, the management of Vipers Sports Club has chosen not to extend the tenure of the interim technical bench that was led by coach Michael Nam Owooma. Right now, we are assembling a new technical team, and as soon as everything is finalized, you guys will be among the first ones to know.
And now Federation of Motorsport Clubs in Uganda is in search of more than 200 million shillings to be able to travel a team to the FIM Africa Motocross Championship in Zimbabwe. The money will facilitate 35 riders that will ably make Uganda competitive against its challengers, especially South Africa.
Federation of Motorsport Clubs in Uganda is playing its part to ensure that the national motocross team to represent at the FIM Africa Motocross Championship in Zimbabwe competes ably. On top of many riders are seeking training opportunities abroad in readiness for August's event, those in Uganda are unrelenting in their training sessions at Busika Racetrack.
But we really hope that we get some support. We have really good team and strong. We have the chance. I think in all the category we have strong guys, and we hope to represent Uganda and to bring a big trophy and a big honest.
But despite all those efforts to ensure skills are honed, the trip is in balance due to lack of about 200 million shillings to facilitate the travel of 35 riders. The money will cover entry and license fees, medical, transport and accommodation among others.
So for our side is to take big team down to Zimbabwe. It's very important for us. Therefore we request the support of the National Council of Sports to come forward and see what they can do for us.
Apart from Aviv Oland, who sustained injury while training in the US, all other riders including Gift Sebuguzi, Maxime Van P and Waziro Mal are ready for the championship, at which Uganda will also enter female riders. The two-day championship in Zimbabwe starts 31st August and is expected to attract riders from other countries including Malawi, Botswana, Tunisia, Morocco and Libya. John Barnes, Central, reporting.
Meanwhile, Uganda Woodball Federation President Paul Mark Kayongo has tasked players to be good ambassadors and promote the sport further. We have the details.
There is a new Woodball club in the land that has started with a bang by winning the 2019 Woodball President's Cup. Eminence Woodball Club is the newest of all and became one in such category to win on its debut.
We are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence.
This was during the Woodball President's Cup at Mandela National Stadium Nambole that climaxed with the club winning the females version in the seniors category after scoring 736 strokes. The men's senior category was won by Ndeje University with 721 strokes. Uganda Woodball Federation President Paul Mark Kayongo advised the players to ensure they remain exemplary both on and off the course to benefit the sport.
New participants of Woodball continue to make Woodball feel proud and the disease from unnecessary conflict. When you cite individuals, self-willed individuals who want to fight the good organization of the sport, please desist from these individuals and remain united as a football family.
In the corporate category, Cipla Quality Chemicals won the women's category, while St. Joseph's Technical College Kisumu bettered all men's teams. The tournament played over 24 gates for the corporate category and 48 for the seniors, attracted 27 clubs. John Barnes, Centum, reporting.
KCCA FC is 112 million shillings richer after aging Azam FC 1-0 in the Sikafa Kagame Cup final. The game at Nyamirambo Stadium in Rwanda was purely dominated by the Kasasiro boys, securing the only goal on the day thanks to Mustafa Chiza. A heroic welcome awaits the league champions here in Kampala. Here are the best highlights on the night. And FUFA President Moses Magago has returned to a heroic welcome after being voted on the CAF Executive Committee. Magago beat his challenger, Ledega Tenga from Tanzania, 33-19 votes in a poll conducted during the 41st CAF Ordinary Assembly at Marriott Zamalek Hotel in Cairo, Egypt. He represents the Eastern Central Africa Zone on the CAF Executive Committee, where he has been serving as a co-opted member.
Thank you. So when there was an opening and an opportunity, and we put in interest as candidate, the African countries decided to vote, and today we have the first Ugandan elected as a member of the CAF Executive Committee. Now, when elected, I told the people who were giving me the votes that I'm being elected to try and improve on African football. So as Uganda, we have good ideas, we have good suggestions, but in the past we could never present them. But when you're a member of the executive committee, you have an opening for you to suggest, for you to present programs. And we believe this is an opportunity. All the dreams and ideas many Ugandans have had about the change in African football, I think right now we have direct access. I'll be at the executive committee supporting the president, Ahmad Ahmad, and President Gianni Infantino in their programs to develop African football. I said this before the election, and I'm saying it after the election. I believe it is very important to support the presidents for them to fulfill their mandate as a member of the executive committee. It is indeed true that there are challenges with world football, there are challenges with African football, but it takes us, the administrators, to find solutions.
Brought to you by Bet with 1xBet.
Now we'll take a look at our top stories before we wind up. Rains wash away bridges in Bundibujo, 2 villagers affected. Police holding 6 suspects in connection with murder of Boda riders. Israel demolishes homes under Palestinian control. While Vipers Sports Club sack coach and technical team. And that does it for News Tonight. Thank you for sticking with us on Sign Language. Mugalu Mohammed. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. Have a lovely night.
Good evening.